Hello everybody, we are the Kellys. This is Mary Kelly.
Hi, and this is Ned Kelly.
And you're watching Ned Kelly video. We just completed a 3-day sardine fast. We didn't eat anything but sardines, well, and a little bit of very similar other things for 3 days, 72 hours.
Kippers.
And we are about to jab ourselves with the jabber thing.
Yep, the lancet.
The lancet, and bleed just a little bit and test our ketones.
Right, but not with this. With
No.
That's a separate
It's a separate one.
item.
With this.
Right, and what is that?
That's a Keto Mojo. See, this also says Keto Mojo, so I got
know
confused.
they're from the same company.
Yeah. But before we're going to do it on here. But and I already did that here earlier. I'll tell you about that. But before we get to all that, that's high tech. That's high tech.
Yeah.
This is probably high tech, but it involves pee.
It doesn't involve batteries.
No batteries. No batteries, but pee. Batteries, but no pee.
Right.
We got it. Okay, but before we do that, and we'll do it right here and tell you our results. We got it all ready to go. Let's talk about our, I don't know,
Yeah.
keto
How
channel.
did we come to own and use one of these?
We stole it. No, we didn't.
We didn't steal it. We bought it online.
Yeah.
So, if you're familiar with a glucose monitor, he wasn't, and neither one of us that we know of is diabetic, but diabetics will typically use glucose monitors. They will test their blood to find
Just to
out
prove how diabetic they are.
No.
Well, to check how
how
bad
their
they are.
sugars are
Yeah,
doing,
exactly.
because they have to monitor that to stay well. So this does that, but this does something else. This also checks your ketones.
Ketones.
And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get our bodies to run on ketones as much as we can. And this is kind of how we got here. So
I used to be a vegetarian for 13 years. She switched me over to, I wanted to try the ketovore, low carb, not necessarily strictly keto.
and why did you want to do that?
To lose weight mostly, and to get healthy, and to impress you, and to make you love me even more.
Oh, that's all good ideas.
Yeah. So I was actually doing vegetarian still and low carb, which was hard. She made me a lot of cabbage soup, and that helped a lot. And I lost a lot of weight.
You did lose a lot of weight just doing vegetarian style keto, so it can be done.
But I kind of stalled, and anyway, I did that for about 6 months, lost about 30 pounds, from starting at around 340 pounds, by the way, 2 years ago, roughly. Got down to about 310. Anyway, I did switch over, start eating meat, because for one thing, well, there's lots of reasons. We won't get into all of that now, but it certainly makes low carb easier, for one thing. That might not even be the main reason I switched over, but that is one reason.
That was a nice perk of switching over.
Yes. So, and I lost a little more weight, got down to 282. 9 months, was it 9 months ago?
It's almost 10 months.
Almost 10 months ago when we did this, when we got married. And that's how skinny I was then, and how skinny Mary was then.
We had to get nice and skinny to fit into our wedding clothes
People
and
are
to
like,
look good in our pictures.
You weighed over 280 pounds and you're saying you're skinny. Well, yeah, from where I used to be.
It's all relative.
And then I gained a bunch of it back. Not a bunch, but
not a whole lot.
5-10 pounds. So I've been hanging out around 285 for the past 10 months.
Well, you were probably between 285 and 290.
Yeah.
The last few months.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been just staying static here for a while.
So she made me do this. I mean, she thought we might want to do this.
I lovingly suggested this might be worth a try.
Let's jumpstart it, right?
Right.
Let's give it a boost.
Right. And we should add the reason why we did this is because even though we've been eating keto, ketovore, if you're familiar with that word, it's kind of halfway between keto and carnivore. Carnivore, where you just eat nothing but meat, and that's your whole diet. So we've been eating very meat-heavy diet.
We try to do local. We try to do humanely raised, grass-fed, all that as much as possible. By the way,
all of
Yeah.
that. But even though we were doing that, his weight loss was still stalled, and so we were doing some further research into it, and that's when we came across, or maybe I came across, somebody named Dr. Boz.
Dr. Boz.
And she has a whole big channel, and she helps people all over the world lose
Hashtag
weight.
Dr. Boz.
Hashtag
Helps you
Dr.
lose weight all over the world.
Yeah, but she is a keto-oriented physician, and she has changed her health and many people in her family's health and thousands of people all over the world with the keto diet. And she's done a lot of research into why sometimes people don't lose weight on the keto diet.
Because they cheat.
Well, not
That's why I do.
yes,
Sometimes.
That is a lot of the reasons why
A
you
little
don't
red
lose
wine.
weight.
I like to have a glass or four of red wine occasionally.
Occasionally, as in nightly. Yeah.
Sometimes it's vodka, so it doesn't happen. Anyway, shall we get to this? I'm
Yeah.
worried. I'm actually, just occurred to me, I don't know how much data I have left.
Oh, okay.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's get down to it. So we did 3 days of just sardines, occasional, maybe one or two
Of the
kipper
kippers,
snacks.
which are noted to be similar enough to sardines that
Herrings.
you can include some kippers in there.
Herrings.
Herring.
Herring is
Yeah.
kippered herring.
Kipper is the style that it was cut.
Sardine is both the style and the fit. Maybe.
Right.
So we tested ketone and glucose every morning during the 72 hours,
Right.
and I didn't really go down at all, very
He
much
didn't
at
really
all.
go down almost the entire time. He did. I think you went a little below what you would normally test because
Yeah.
even with
In the glucose.
and the the glucose is what I'm talking about. So normally your fasting blood glucose when we've taken it has still been above 100.
I have 100,
which is
105.
Not great.
And now during this, I think on the third day, it went down to,
Finally went down to like 94.
yeah, just,
Yeah.
hers went down, the glucose went down right away.
Mine went down so low, this little thing beeped at me.
Right.
And it was
Alert.
like, hey,
Alert.
excuse me, that's a little concerning. But my ketones were up, so I was getting energy and I was fine.
And my ketones didn't really go up until a little bit the last day. And that was yet, by the way, I said we just finished this sardine fast. We finished it almost 24 hours ago.
Right. And the whole point of this from Dr. Boz is that if you have trouble getting into ketosis because you have insulin resistance, like Ned probably does, this is supposed to help add ketones to your body to encourage your body to start burning ketones instead of just plain fasting where your blood sugar might drop but your ketones may not go up. So that's what we were aiming to do, to get the ketones up and the blood sugar down simultaneously.
And mine just started to on the last day. Hers already was.
Yeah.
And so now it's been almost a whole day since then. I've been good on my carnivore since then. Last night we just had, to break the fast, we had a little bit of bacon. After we finished our last can of sardines, we had some bacon and Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we ate other things today.
And then today for breakfast, we weren't together for breakfast today. I had a huge breakfast. I probably ate too much because I felt
Probably.
sluggish.
Uh-huh.
But it was no carbs in it. It was corned beef, and hash,
No hash, just the
Corned
corned
beef.
beef.
and eggs.
Yeah. And I had, what did I have? Oh, I had
Cold
prosciutto and mozzarella cheese and
Yeah,
butter.
Charcuterie.
charcuterie.
That's easy for you to say.
Yeah, right.
It's not so easy for me to say.
Yeah, that's what I had for breakfast. But what I had for lunch,
Charcuterie.
I had more carbs than you did for lunch.
You did?
I did. I did.
Keep my
So
eyes on it. You gotta watch this one.
when we do this, generally I will.
Cheat.
I don't cheat. I mean, you can call it cheating, but I can handle it more than he can. So we're going to see what happens here. I've had some carbs. I've probably had less than 20 carbs.
She's skinny
Today.
anyway. I'm
He's had, I don't know, probably not more than 5 carbs. I don't know how much was in
Today?
the cheese. There's
It
probably
says
very minimal.
zero. It
well,
says
per
zero in
serving,
this.
but how much cheese did you really eat?
that much cheese.
Well, okay.
And
So it's safe to say
one or two carb.
it was well below
and
5
bacon. And then I had bacon for lunch.
grams of carbs.
Yeah. So, and then, I also this morning I did the pea stick.
And these are from Keto Mojo.
This is, I don't know why I need to show you one. It's not the one I peed on. This is a non-pea. And I was there. I was between, can you
Get it
see?
closer so they can see it.
I was up there between 8.0 and 16. So that was a lot. There was pretty purple pea. My pea was not purple, by the way.
Yeah.
It just turned the stick purple,
And
in
that
case
was-
you're wondering how it works.
That was after eating that big
Education.
breakfast, wasn't it?
Educated.
Yes.
That
good
was,
job.
yeah, shortly after, an hour after eating
Yeah,
the corned beef and the eggs.
which is pretty amazing.
We-
Considering 3 days of hardly eating anything didn't get you hardly any ketones.
That's right. So we'll see. I want to give them one more note, a hint. You know, on these YouTube channels, people give out tips. I'd like to give them a tip.
Give them a tip.
Be sure to remove the strip from the bottle before you pee on it. There you go.
Very smart.
All right. Anything else before we do?
I don't think so. We're gonna test our blood sugar now, like we have been for the last few days, and see what we get today after almost a whole day being past the sardine fast.
This is the glucose one. We're doing Mary first, right?
I suppose.
You.
And there's a phone app that you use with this to, if you want to track your readings. You can still get the readings from this just without the app, but
Alcohol. They have some alcohol wipes in there.
they do.
Here, you can do. I'll do this, and you can wipe on my hand. How's that?
Oh.
Oh, she doesn't want to touch my hand.
Oh,
That's what I was trying to say.
I see what you're trying to do.
There you go.
Okay.
And I will do my hand too. There we got 2 for 1.
Okay. We're gonna do a little alcohol. You gotta be clean.
And then, yeah, you can do it.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. Now we always, for whatever reason, I don't think it matters, but we always do the sugar first.
Because you take that number and then divide that number by the second number. So we
Right.
might as well do this number first.
So I'm gonna
Numerator.
stick myself. Ouchie. It doesn't really hurt that much.
Sometimes she lets me do it. She doesn't trust me very much.
He always wants to do it before I get a big enough blood drop. Okay,
Okay. I just gotta hold your finger so I have accuracy.
accuracy. There you go.
Look at that.
Woohoo!
Upside
Turn
down.
it upside down.
What's that?
Oh, 67.
67
Oh, do you hear it
glucose.
beep?
Yeah.
It's beeping because it's like, it's a little low.
You're gonna die. You don't have any sugar in your body.
Now, if I wasn't, I'm guessing I'm probably still producing a lot of ketones because if your blood sugar was this low and you weren't producing ketones, you probably would be feeling not so great.
So that's good.
This has a nice little ejection button, so we're gonna eject that.
She's gonna show off now.
We'll see.
Now, and you do it.
Okay.
I'm
Now I'm
honored
gonna
she let
do
me
Ketones. Let's see if I can. I may have to
suck up
re-stick
her
myself.
blood. She doesn't usually let me do that.
You're gonna suck up my blood?
Well, with the stick, the glucose stick,
Ooh, there we go.
you do it.
Okay, ready? I like to get it dead in the middle of the drop because I think that's best. And then there's a 9-second countdown. It's a little bit longer
Do your
for the
phone.
ketones.
Oh, what was your first number? 67?
67, I believe. Okay, I got 2.2
Whoa!
ketones. Now the highest I had on the sardine diet, I went up to 3.4, and I think I had about the same blood sugar, 65-ish.
It's because she ate a lot of donuts today
I didn't
at
eat
work.
donuts. I did eat some rice, though, just very little. They were grape leaves. They were stuffed grape leaves.
So it's healthy.
Unhealthy rice. Okay. All right. So I got my reading imported. And really, you're not supposed to use this app for 2 people, and you really can't track it properly if you use 2 people. But we're not using this tracking
So
too
your
much.
history would look like weird.
It would look really weird.
Boom. All right, we're gonna take out this jabber. Boom. Very safe.
Here's a new fresh
My
lancet.
still sanitary finger there.
Don't share lancets.
We sometimes share lancets.
He does.
I mean, anyway. We've been married for almost a year. We've already established that. Can't we share
I don't
some
think
things?
it's a good idea. There's certain things you can share, certain things you can't.
Can you share with the audience what we can share? Probably can't share with you what can be shared and what cannot be shared. All right, I did.
Okay, good.
Watch.
Wait, where's you got your little things?
Get it ready. You get it ready.
Where's the
People
brown
get
one?
ready.
I like to have it preloaded so we're ready to absorb it.
I like to do the little jabber when I'm not expecting it, that I surprise myself like that. Who knew it was coming? Boom.
Boom.
All right, we're gonna let her do this again because she's better at it.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, come on, get some blood.
There we go. That's why you gotta get a big dot.
Let's see if I'm below 100. Nope.
Oh, no.
What's wrong with me?
But I'm guessing this morning when you had that high ketone reading on your urine that you probably were.
I should have checked it then.
Yeah.
I should have checked it then.
Okay, so now we're gonna test his ketone. So he's 104, which, you know, after having eaten a lot of the day.
I didn't eat that much today. I had I had
Well,
a
you
big
had
breakfast.
a big breakfast. What'd you
and
have
then
for lunch?
just bacon for lunch.
So I mean, you
5,
know,
6 slices of bacon.
that's not bad, considering you probably ate what, like 4 or 5 hours ago.
That was about
Probably.
4 hours ago.
So yeah,
She's
I think probably before the sardine fest it might have been higher. Okay, you still got any blood, or you need to restick?
let's restick.
You better restick.
So what I was saying is, if you just sneak up on yourself, you never know it's coming. Ah.
So funny.
He thinks he's funny.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Probably thinks he's funny.
Okay, let's get her. Let's get her
Thinks
done.
I'm funny.
Okay.
Come on, big numbers, big
Come on,
ketones.
big
Come on,
money,
big
big money.
ketones. Come on,
Dun, 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 dun.
big ketones.
Here's a little more suspenseful.
1.
1.
I don't know what's wrong with me. If you are
The
watching
one is
Dr.
pretty
Boz,
good.
tell me what's wrong with me.
So here's the other thing. There's a ratio involved in this. You find your ratio of your sugars to your ketones. Now, the Keto Mojo company, they have their own proprietary ratio that has some cool calculation, but it's a bit complicated. So Dr. Boz just does a simple one that she's got some math behind. And all you do is you divide your sugar by your ketones. And then she has a list of whatever you wind up with. If you are above 80, you're not going to be losing any weight. She says 80 and below, you're in the weight loss zone.
Well, let's do that now, shall we?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No,
Is that a
yeah.
good time for that? She was talking, and I
Well, hold on. Let's see here.
said
We need
let's
to
do
make sure we import your last reading, if we can. Oh, there we go. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna chuck this one out so it doesn't sit in there. Okay, so we'll go to the calculation. So let's see. Mine was
67 over 2.2.
over 2.2.
That's gonna be less. That's gonna be 30 or so.
30. So 30.45 to be
Wow.
exact.
But we'll round to the nearest.
At the height of the sardine fast, when I got the biggest reading, I actually got into a Dr. Boz ratio of 19, which I think is like what she recommends for cancer patients to heal and stuff. So I must be ultra healthy now, maybe.
I'll bet we can do this next calculation in our brains.
Yeah.
It's 104
104
divided by 1.0.
Oh. Look at that, 104.
104. So Mary wins again,
Win
as
again.
as usual. Can you see that?
I usually win.
So her ratio is 30, the Dr. Boz ratio, which is admirable.
So I'm still in ketosis.
That's what you want.
Even after eating today.
Show off.
Eating rice.
And I am not.
And you are not.
104.
So isn't that interesting?
I've lost weight though. Maybe just because I was starving myself for 3 days. And, like, I lost a few more pounds. I'm down to below the weight I was there. Down to just below 280, like 279.
And interesting.
But I'm not really counting that because that was just like fasting.
There's maybe some water weight.
Want to see how it is like
lost
on a
there.
week. I'll check it again.
So I wouldn't know if I'd really consider myself overweight, but I might be very slightly overweight. But even though my ketones were high, my blood sugar was low, I really didn't lose any weight until the very end of this thing. And then I got down to almost my wedding weight. So I was about a pound or so away from my wedding weight. And he went below his wedding weight. So there's something about maybe the more weight you have to lose, the more you lose.
The more you have, the more you lose.
The more you have, the more you lose.
All right, is that all we wanted to share? Let's wind it up.
I suppose
Wrap this
so.
up.
We'll wrap this up. So it's just I think it's very interesting that two people can have such a different reaction. And I really think there's something to the insulin resistance.
I think we have a chemical reaction with each other.
We have chemistry.
Tell us what you think. Have you tried the sardine fast? Have you tried the carnivore or keto carnivore or just keto? Have you tried any of those? What kind of regimen are you on?
Yeah, what has been your experience with keto diets?
Please like and subscribe if you're into that sort of thing.
Definitely,
And
please do.
also please tell what's wrong with me with these numbers. Why can't what's going on?
Yeah. Why? We're gonna get a physical tomorrow, so we're gonna find out more lab things. Maybe that'll help us. But if you know
Can't wait.
what's gonna happen when we get our labs,
Yeah.
let us know.
We'll take a video of us getting our physical.
I don't know if we
No,
would
we
do
won't.
that.
All right. Love y'all.
All
Peace
right,
out.
peace.
Let's do yay. Yeah.